Tom using child labor to get his 4-inch dredge set up into the creek. And we're building a dam so he can float his massive 4-inch compared to the little tiny Dahlke. Finally got the Dahlke Micro 4B back out and running when it's upgraded status. This is the second time I had it out. Got the better engine on here now instead of the crappy one I had on there that was dying. So it's a Honda GX160 with the Dahlke pump that was on the other one, but this one runs a hell of a lot nicer. Yeah, we're out here in a little remote creek in eastern Ohio, doing a little dredging. My buddy's bringing his Proline 4 down. We're gonna have to dig a hole for it to sit in probably, but in the spring I did a pan sample here somewhere right along the bank, and in like a single pan I got a color, which is surprising for Ohio. So we figured we'd set up here and dredge this little creek, and we'll see what we find. Yeah, Dahlke's running pretty good. I like the way it's running better now, how I flipped the motor around, and new motor, flipped it around. I also, the pump is 1.25 inches out, or 1.5 inches out, I think. But whenever you use any type of coupling past this, it necks it down. If it's like 1.5 inches, it necks it down almost 1.25 inches, so you lose pressure. So what I did is I just stepped it up to 2-inch so that it stays as a bigger diameter, and you shouldn't lose as much pressure loss in it. And then I welded on a threaded coupling here so I can thread on, and then we got it going into there. Seems to be working pretty good. I may test another engine and pump on it too, a little Honda Subaru 4.5 with a Gold Divers pump, which I think is a better pump because it's a closed impeller, but we'll see. Punched a little hole already, but now we got to get my buddy down in here, so we will be getting after it in a bit. After we got material in there, it got back heavy and had to pull the motor forward, but now it's running pretty good. They get a little cold, but it's not like too bad. Your hands will get used to it after a bit, but I can keep going if you want me to. Yeah. Okay. Motor on the Dahlke and pump, she's still doing great. Running great. Can't complain, I'm liking her. She's as small as a 2.5 inch and weighs about as much, but will move more material. won't keep up material-wise with this, except for if you're in a creek like this, maybe. Because that's where a little dredge like that, a little micro 4, is sometimes better than a full-size 4, especially when you're in low water or small creeks like this, because it uses less water, so I'm having less issues with leaves, and it also needs less space to float. So I was able to find a spot to float easier than the full-size 4-inch. For day trips, yeah, it's super easy. There's not much to it and everything. But if I was going on longer river trips or something where we're going to be out there for a couple days, then a full-size 4 is probably better. But for sampling and lightweight and day trips and small little creeks like this with barely any water, Dahlke's fantastic so far. Still some changes I would make to it, and will be making to it, but it's running great. Second outing with it, so. Tried to use, I have another motor right there, a little Subaru 4.5 horsepower with a Gold Divers pump on it. Was gonna try that because that should be a better pump. But I can't, the Subaru has some bad gas issues right now, and I can't get it staying running without probably completely disassembling the carburetor, which I'm not doing in the creek, so we'll have to test that engine on the Dahlke another time. But I think that little engine and pump will do better than the Dahlke pump, and it's a smaller engine too, so less weight. It's always good. Yep. Can you?
Oh yeah.
So well, we're doing a clean out now. See right there on the top?
Oh yeah. That's nice.
Doing a clean out now, and I took before I took the mat out of the dredge, I just took a scoop off the top. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we got it's a nice little flake right there for just a scoop out of the top. There's a bunch of other fines in there and stuff, so that's promising. So now we just gotta do a clean out. That's one thing I'll say with the Dahlke, is that it's a lot of material to usually clean out. So, because this miner's moss is real thick, so I still want to find a better setup for that, but we'll figure that out eventually. We're gonna get this stuff cleaned out here. And then we're gonna run it through the trap in the back in Tom's dredge.
On there, bunch right up in here. Look at it all up in there.
Yep, tons of buckshot, or not buckshot, birdshot, and then I see some sort of copper thingy in there too.
Probably a piece of a bullet.
Looks like fishing stuff. This looks like a piece of a split shot or something. Where'd the nuggie at? I think that's a flake right there. You didn't even see that?
No, I didn't even see it. It does look like a flake, huh?
I think it is a flake right there.
Wow.
Flake gold.
You guys see that?
Yes.
It's bigger stuff than you got in Virginia.
It is.
Is it? That's funny. I'm interested to see what this these cleanouts come as for. I mean, we piddled around. I mean, shit, I screwed around with my dredge for how long today? Pyrite.
It's heavy.
Yeah, it's pyrite. Yeah, I screwed around with my dredge for what, an hour?
Get my phone so I can get a picture of the piece of gold.
No, that's awesome seeing some gold in the box there, and then a nice flake in there too, so could be good. Here's cleanup. There's all the lead, plus tons of lead from just a short bit of dredging. You can see some gold up there. I'm gonna have to pan it down a little more to get to the gold. But yeah, it's a lot of lead. Plus we got these two big pieces of lead too. So, lots of lead. Pan this down a little more into our safety tub just to get a better idea of what we got. Sieve would help with getting rid of all that lead, but it will.
Hey Gunner, get my phone and come down and do some video.
Nothing too crazy, but plus the one flake that's already in the snuffer. You can see a couple nice little flakes up through there and stuff. Some other finds in there. It's interesting, I see some mercury. It's interesting, I see a little mercury.
Really?
Yeah. Who knows what the hell that's from? Somebody smashing thermometers in the creek? Who the hell knows? But a little bit of gold in there, not a ton, but interesting. This area's been dredged before, but I mean, that's also a shit ton of lead. It's crazy amount of little lead there. Oh, well.
Gunner?
It's our little, I mean, we only dredged for probably 3 hours, maybe. But a little bit of gold, nothing crazy, but still a fun day. Start packing up and get her loaded up then.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello, 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 hello. With the lights out, it's less dangerous here.